Leviticus 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him.
So you don't wanna hate your brother in your heart. Your heart is your mind, right? You don't want to dwell on what you want to do to these brothers, right? Because that can open up a gateway to the Most High to destroy you. You want the Most High. You want to pray and let the Most High know that you're hurting about this, and let the Most High fight your battle, because He will fight your battle, especially if it was wickedness done in this situation that you're talking about, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta trust Him to do that, and then you gotta let it go. If she's not listening to you, just let it go and let the Most High dwell, and hope, and you pray for the peace and safety of her, right? And then when you go to Deuteronomy 28 and 54. So it's like it's gonna be an endless cycle, right? If you just hate the brother, right? It's not gonna be no understanding, and your relationship with your daughter gonna get worse, right? And it's gonna make her go further away from you, right? Versus you letting it go. Eventually, if it's not of the Most High, she's gonna come back, and then she's gonna be righteous next time. She'll find somebody that's righteous to wife her up next time, right? And that'll give you more ease in your heart, right?
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 54. So that the man that is tender among you.
So you love your daughter. I'm pretty sure you love your household. You got animals, you love them. So the Bible says, like a man that is tender among you, right?
His eye shall be evil toward his brother.
So it's a prophecy, right? Because our community is not right. Our eyes gonna be evil towards our own brothers. You feel me? It don't say why, right? But we can put it together, connect the dots. Why? A lot of the stuff is gang banging, a lot of stuff is generational curses, a lot of stuff is PTSD, a lot of the stuff is what our own people doing to us right now. You heard about the sister that got killed in Mexico by her own friends. You feel me? A lot of that stuff is it's a lot of stuff. A lot of us is poisoning our own community right now, right?
And toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
So, and that's going on in the household. Like, it's a lot of men is not fathers even in their own household, and a lot of the men hate their own children by leaving them. Like, we're going through all these curses as a nation, right? So the Most High, He put us through this until we come back to the statute, laws, commandments. You feel this way, and all this stuff is happening because you're not keeping the laws. Once you keep the laws, everything's gonna get needy. Everything's gonna tie it back up. But you still gonna go through things. You just gotta. You'll be more equipped to endure through it, right? And that's how you get saved. Don't worry about the cares of this life. Give it all to the Most High, right? Because if you don't give it to the Most High, it will consume you. You got to be able to endure it, right? That's a part of your endurance. A lot of us got dead homies, dead friends, grew up crazy, grew up homeless, whatever. We got to take it to the chest and keep enduring, right? Like this, and that's the mindset we got to be in, because we all in this together at this point, right? But then you gotta study to show yourself approved, so it can give you understanding on how to deal with these situations, right? Because a lot of stuff can be a snare and a trap to us, right? We just gotta come back to these laws. So how do you feel about forgiveness?
You know, shit, they say you don't forgive, you can't be forgiven.
Man, and that's real, because we want to be able to. This is how we grow as a community. If we forgive each other, if we can't forgive each other, we're gonna die as a people. They're gonna all these nations gonna have one over us. If we can't forgive each other, they can forgive themselves.
You know what? It's a psalm that came to me just right now. He said, you know what? If it was my enemy,
Shalom, sister.
I could
You're a
accept
princess,
it.
According to the Bible.
But it came
Hebrew
from
Israelite.
you, one of my brothers who I ate with. You see what I'm saying?
Wow.
If it was an enemy, I could have. This is another black man. It's kind of like you get what I'm saying? Like the person, it's my brother. I grew up in my neighborhood with. It's some people like I understand. I know who I am. Yeah. Now it's some more Israelite folks. You get what I'm saying? It's my brother.
So
you get what I'm saying?
Sometimes I don't say wolf in sheep clothing, because a wolf is actually it's a symbol of the Benjamites. So I like to say a dog in sheep clothing, right? So sometimes there's dogs in sheep clothing that act like they're the sheep, but they're really dogs inside, right? So you got to keep that in mind. Don't let that be the reason you hate all of Israel, right? And don't even hate that person. Let the Most High deal with them. Because anybody that offends the Most High's chosen, his children, it's better for them to tie a brimstone around their neck, a millstone around their neck, and jump in the middle of the ocean to offend one of us, right? Give them what you got, all right?
This is Mark chapter 11, verse 25.
Shalom, sister. We got information for you.
And ye
Louder.
When ye stand and when ye stand praying, forgive if ye have aught against any, that your Father also which is in heaven may forgive you your trespasses.
So, if you're going to pray to the Most High, make sure you clear up all the hatred in your heart and forgive. So if you want forgiveness from the Most High, because you know, Israel, we got polluted minds. The mind is desperately wicked. We got to ask for forgiveness every day, right? If you want Him to forgive you, you got to forgive whoever offended you, right? You can't, and then you got to really mean that. You feel me? Because forgiveness, that means you got to let it go. You feel me? Let the Most High dwell. Trust in the Most High, because He's going to fight your battles, man. Like, I can't express that enough, because He will fight for you, right? I go to Ephesians 4:32, but keep going.
But if ye do not forgive, neither will your Father which is in heaven forgive your trespasses.
So if you can't forgive, then the Most High can't forgive you, right? And that's a problem, right? Because you want salvation. You don't want nothing to mess up your salvation, right? That's real, right? So make sure you have forgiveness in your heart. I'll go to Ephesians 4:32. Because it's like, man, it's a lot of people. I forgive, right? And I don't have to forgive. But if I want forgiveness, I must forgive them. So I forgive them. You feel me? You don't even got to speak to them. Just forgive them, right? At the end of the day. Because I ain't going to let nobody mess up my salvation, right? Salvation, you know what salvation actually is? What's up, brother? Real good, man. Salvation is being saved from your enemies. From the white man, the ones that oppress you, right? And then you go into your own kingdom. Right? You be a king. You be a prince of the Most High, right? That's salvation. You don't gotta buy water at these damn stores. You don't gotta buy food from your enemies. You don't gotta see a damn soul food spot owned by a Chinese person in your community, right? You don't gotta see a liquor store in your neighborhood that's not filled with, that's not black owned, right? When you in the kingdom, the streets gonna be paid for gold. The kingdom gonna be brought down to earth, right? All rulership is gonna happen when Christ comes back. And Christ is a black man, which matters, right? Because he's from us, the tribe of Judah, which is the Negroes. All we gotta do is keep the laws. It's more than 10 laws, it's 613 laws. Not to be a homosexual, not to hate your brother, right? Love your wife, right? Love your children, right?
This is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 2. With all lowliness and meekness, with long suffering, forbearing one another in love.
So you got to be able to have long suffering for the people. For the people that gets on your nerves, that hate you, whatever you hate them. You got to forgive them, and then long suffering is it's like having the ultimate forgiveness, right? Like when you got to be able to. Christ said, "Turn the other cheek," right? Somebody smack you, better turn the other cheek. That's not talking about no other nation. That's talking about with your own people, right? You want to forgive your own people, right? Don't have a grudge in your heart where it's going to hinder your blessings or hinder your grace, right? Because right now, the reason that we are alive up here breathing is because of grace.
That's right.
We should all be dead right now.
Teach us.
We all had certain moments in our life where a bullet probably passed us. You feel me? A car probably almost hit us, right? We almost probably got on the freeway, right? Probably was a medical issue in a hospital
Wake 'em
that
up.
the Most High delivered you from, right? We all go through certain things that the Most High is like, you know what? I got you. I'm not gonna let you go.
That's
you
right.
my son, right?
Come.
But you gotta listen to what he's telling you, right? Think about that, man. Like, man, we're not here by chance. We all probably been through something. Right? The Most High says our footsteps is not of ourselves, but of the Most High. Right? And then he controls our steps like the rivers of water. Right? How he turns the streams, right? That's how the Most High controls us. Our thought process, right? So you don't want nothing to comprehend you being here. You want to have the grace, you want to have mercy, you want to have favor from the Most High. If you can keep those, he can probably look at you as one of his sons, right? Because you think the Most High gonna deal with anybody that actually have hatred towards their brother, or don't have patience to their own kind, or charity, or forgiveness, right? You gotta keep that. But that don't mean you're not gonna speak what's truth, right? Be truthful about it. You can still tell, I don't respect on how you did this situation, right? But I forgive you. You take care of, what's up. You feel me? You feel me? Go with it with a godly mindset. Deal with your family with a godly mindset, right? Instead of our emotions. Our emotions gets us in trouble all the time, especially as black men. You feel me? We do it with a godly mindset. We're gonna use wisdom. We're gonna have knowledge. We're gonna have understanding on how to deal with the situation.